A lot of us are looking to the new year for a fresh start, but there are a number of things that happened in 2020 that will carry over into 2021. From Brianna Taylor to the murder mystery in Nelson County to the fight against the coronavirus, Rob is digging into what we're waiting to learn into 2021, Rob.
And a lot of things, Kristen. So we'll start with Brianna Taylor. It was in the summer that the whole world was watching Louisville as the Kentucky Attorney General investigated Breonna Taylor's death and presented his findings to a grand jury. In September, the grand jury decided to not indict any of the officers directly for her death. But as we know, that was not the end of the story. Just this week, we learned that two of the officers involved in the Breonna Taylor case, Detectives Joshua Janes and Miles Cosgrove, will be fired from LMPD. But the story for them and for the broader Breonna Taylor case is far from over. Both men will have the opportunity to appeal the decision in a hearing with the chief of police soon. An attorney for Detective Janes has already said they plan to fight it.
We're going to appear and try to talk interim Chief Gentry out of terminating him.
We're also still waiting for the FBI to finish its investigation into Breonna Taylor's death. After the grand jury decision was released in September, an FBI spokesperson confirmed to ABC News that the Bureau was investigating all aspects of her death, and that they would be providing all evidence they collect to the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division to determine if anyone involved should face federal criminal charges. Speaking of LMPD, sometime in early 2021, we expect to find out who its new permanent police chief will be. When interim chief Yvette Gentry was sworn in early October, we knew that her leadership would only be temporary.
I'm excited that around the first of the year, we'll name a permanent chief for the Louisville Metro Police Department. And around that same time, we will receive the recommendations from the Hillard Heinz consulting firm, which has been working on a top-to-bottom review of LMPD.
In 2021, a lot of people in Nelson County and beyond are hoping to get more answers on remains found in November. At the time, many wondered if the remains belonged to Crystal Rogers, who disappeared in 2015. But the FBI was not able to find a match. That means their investigation into both Rogers and these new remains continues.
We want to get it right. We want to ensure that that our part in this investigation, that we are doing everything we can to solve the case.
And finally, we'll all be watching the rollout of the COVID vaccine, both in Kentucky and Indiana and across the country. Health experts say getting enough of the population vaccinated is key to returning to some form of life as normal.
By the time we get into the middle or end of the summer, I believe we will have, if we do it correctly, we could have 70 to 85% of the population vaccinated. When that occurs, there will be an umbrella of protection over the entire country, that their level of virus will be so low that you will essentially been able to establish herd immunity.